We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then go into questions for players. Coach, when you're ready.
Well, first of all, I thought that was an incredible atmosphere. We're really grateful to our fans for making that kind of really an electric kind of feeling in the barn. So certainly very, very thankful for our fans for doing that. Really proud of our young ladies. I think they showed a tremendous amount of toughness and resilience during the course of that game. I think we learned an awful lot about ourselves and just playing basic, simple, fundamental basketball and doing little things well over and over and over again. And I thought USC played at a really, really high level. They're normally a team that scores about, I don't know, they scored in the paint. That's who they are, and they do shoot threes, and I thought our young ladies actually did a fairly decent job of contesting a lot of their threes. I didn't feel like they were wide open, kick out, oh my goodness, we didn't rotate, how did they get a wide open shot? Most of them were contested at a pretty high level, and they still made them. So I thought they played at a really high level. So just really, really proud of our young ladies. I think we had a lot of players really step up and make a lot of things, good things happen for us, and certainly something that we can certainly build upon moving forward.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get into questions for Grace and Sophie.
After a couple of close games against two other ranked opponents, how significant does this win feel for you guys?
Yeah, I think we come after those games and we always say we're going to learn and grow from those games, and I think this was one where we did that. At the end of the game, I don't think we were flustered, and I think those two games definitely helped us get this one.
What do you think you did, other than the poise, what do you guys think you did better down the stretch in this game than you did in those other two?
I think we weathered the runs a little bit better. Our shots necessarily weren't falling, but we had 18 rebounds, and we played hard and intense, and even when things weren't going our way, I didn't feel like we ever dipped, even when they made some really, really tough shots. So I was proud of our team for that.
How hard is that to kind of maintain some level of consistency in a game where it's a 10-0 round, then a 19-0 round, 14-0 round? How do you kind of stay even through that?
Yeah, I think all week, and all season, we come back to do what we do, and I think weathering those runs, we were able to just not do anything special on either end and just try to, do what we do and try to, contest shots, and if they were going in, then we were going to do something on the offensive end.
And I think we know that they're a very talented team. They play a lot of great players in the Big Ten. So knowing that people are going to make some tough shots, they're going to get hot, but keeping our poise, Grace kind of talked about it, but doing simple plays, staying with our fundamentals is very important.
Grace, there was a sequence in the fourth quarter where you made a mid-range. Riley gets the steal, and then you come back and hit a three to put you guys up at four. How much of a lift did that guys give you at that point?
Yeah, again, as we all know, it's a game of momentum, and I think, Briley works so hard out there, and seeing her get a steal like that and just keeping that momentum that the barn was already giving us tonight was a big thing for us to just keep us going in that fourth quarter.
If there are no more questions, you guys are good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll get into questions for Coach.
How much confidence can you guys get from, obviously hanging close with some good teams, but now actually getting over the top and proving you can do that?
Well, I think it's really, really important. It's important for our players' confidence level, certainly, and we can say all we want, we can compete at the highest level, but then to actually come out on top, I think certainly helps you from a confidence standpoint, or it should, at least moving forward.
How impressive was it to see Grace just take over there, especially in the third after, what they had done to you guys in the second?
Well, she just made some toughness plays, offensive rebound toughness plays, tough shots, tough scores. I don't even know how some of them around the rim kind of actually went in, and some of them where she finished, I'm thinking we never really seen her make that move before, but just her desire. But I think more than as much, maybe not more than as much as anything, her telling her teammates, I heard her and Mara saying over and over again, just stay solid. We don't need to gamble. And I think that's hurt us in the past in some games, whether it was against ranked teams or whether it was against anyone else, where later in the game, we want to make a play so badly that we gamble on something, we give something up pretty easily, quickly. And again, I thought USC had to earn the things that had to earn it and turn make shots. And I don't think it was easy. And to our players' credit, they were giving themselves the messaging that they needed to hear, and certainly did a great job with that as well.
Pat, any questions?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, it's interesting that you talk about the messaging from the players. You know you've kind of reached a certain point when it comes from them, right? It doesn't have to come from you.
Well, and we've been talking about this is now 3 seasons, becoming a player-led team and understanding what that looks like. And then we understand what it is, but now you still have to do it. And, we said what I told them at halftime, after we talked about a couple things we had to just kind of tweak and adjust, and then told them right before the start of the second half, after going back and watching film on their scores, just don't think that our effort was where it needed to be. The last thing we want to do is go back and watch film clips of us not giving an incredible amount of effort. And giving it everything that we have, because USC can score in transition, and they were doing that against us. And so I thought our players' awareness to make those adjustments was really something that was important for this game, and they did that. I thought from an effort standpoint, Sophie mentioned it, we had 18 offensive rebounds. And we needed them because we weren't scoring very efficiently at all. And so, but when that happens, a lot of players will start to hang their head and won't battle like these young ladies did. And so that was something that was really, really important to see. I don't know if Mara Braun has gotten 10 defensive rebounds in a game like she did today, but I thought her tenacity to rebound was something that was really, really special. I thought Briley Glenn gave us a really good boost, in terms of defensively making a lot of things happen for us, and you referenced her steal in kind of our conversion defense. So I just think there are a lot of players that made a lot of things, very, very positive things happen for us.
Anything else you really liked towards the end that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, I think ultimately the confidence, I think little plays, little things matter. And, Grace was someone who was making so many things happen and got to the free throw line and didn't make the second one. As a matter of fact, I think she missed both of them in that time, and that's just so not like her, so uncharacteristic. And then Sophie, who really wasn't as efficient at the rim as she was earlier in the game, got kind of sped up at different times, and then she got a huge offensive rebound, and so it made play and scored it. And I think that was our last field goal that we scored in the game. So I just think them understanding, are the young ladies really understanding that every possession we've got to find a way to just do little things really, really well. And I thought that they did that. And so there are a lot of really, really, I think, important plays during the course of that game. And I think our players can certainly take a level of confidence away from it. And now it doesn't get any easier for us, with UCLA coming and then a road trip out west. So we've got to get recovered as quickly as possible and then take on UCLA and see how we can battle. And that's not a very easy thing to do. Great, thank you.
There are no more questions?
Good, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't rush you. She just got it.
Yeah.